Hello everybody, this is GiveUAnxiety, and I'm bringing you guys an Age of Empires Online stream. I'm going to be streaming some show matches here between some players, and we're going to start off with CG Wout versus CG Erie. These guys are clan mates, they belong to the clan CG, and game 1 is going to be played on Treasure Island. CG Wout is playing as the Celts, down at the bottom here in the south, and CG Erie is playing as the Egyptians. So these are two really good players. I think they're pretty even skilled, so this will be a very good game to watch. And this is a really entertaining map also. So this is called Treasure Island, and I am observing, so you can't see right now because nobody has scouted. But on this island, there's always like two gold mines and like 2 stone mines. So this is the Treasure Island. That's where the map gets its name. And this is a very fun map. There's a lot of sea, there's a lot of fish on the map, you know, so you can play sea or you can also just play land, because it's not like the map's not like cut in half with water where you have to cross water to get to your opponent or anything like that, but sea is very important at the same time. So we're seeing CG Wout start with a barracks, and let's take a look at CG Erie. CG Erie also has a early barracks himself, and he's actually putting villagers on these trees that are somewhat close to the town center, and this is to get his barracks up quicker, and he has 2 villagers building barracks. So Celts have a very strong Age 1 rush, and Egyptians have very weak Age 1 spearmen, so it can be difficult to defend the Age 1 rush. So rather than building a storehouse, if he built a storehouse on woodline, that would mean that he would have to spend 50 wood to build that storehouse, and that would result in him getting his barracks built quite a bit later. So it would be much more difficult to defend the Age 1 spearman rush. So he decided to gather trees from these trees that were right here. And, even though it was a little bit inefficient gathering because there's a lot of walking time, it allows him to get his barracks up sooner. And you can see CG Wout is already rallying up his spearmen. Erie's doing a really good job at defending this rush, though. He's using the Egyptian scout to attack these spearmen, and the spearmen are fairly weak, but they only cost 40 food. So you can see this one spearman is already more than halfway dead, just from the scout alone. So CG Erie's doing a really good job there, and he is training spearmen, so he's got quite a few spearmen out, and yeah, he's looking really good. I'm not sure if Wout's going to commit very heavily to this rush, or if he's just doing more of a slight rush. He is queuing up some more spearmen. He did have some idle barracks time though, and Erie is defending this perfectly. He already has quite a few spearmen made, already 5 spearmen. So, but the Egyptian spearmen are weaker, and they do cost 35 food and 10 gold. So, CG Wout is at the least forcing Erie to make spearmen and kind of stay Age 1 for a while. But Erie is defending this rush very well. So, and now CG Erie is building a storehouse on his stone mine, so he's gonna be going for that second TC in Age 2. And yeah, he pretty much defended CG Wout's rush right there. Very good defense. And Wout is not gathering stone yet, so I'm interested to see what his plan will be. It's a very interesting map. You can go for a dock and water before your second town center, or you can go for a little more standard play and kind of go for that second TC right at the start of Age 2. So, so there you go. CG Erie is now building his Temple of Rots to advance to Age 2, as the Egyptians have to do, and CG Wout is now advancing to Age 2 through the town center. Alright, and we do have a dock going down for CG Wout. He has some idle villas here, just finished off this hunt right here, and he's going to lose his storehouse, but the storehouse is nothing. He finished gathering from all the hunt there, so it did just deny Wout a little bit of line of sight, but that's about it. So CG Wout is going on to this new hunt, and he is also building a dock right now. Ooh, and this is really big. If CG Erie scouts this, oh, I think he's going to see it. He's very, very close. Take a look at his vision. He does see it, so I think he's going to kill a villager. Oh, he's going straight for a dock, so this is actually huge. Wout's going back with the villager. He's going to try to finish it, but it is not going to get up. Oh, that's rough. CG Wout probably lost about 100 wood there, and his dock isn't going to be built. So, very, very nice job by CG Erie stopping this. Now CG Wout is making some long swordsmen, Long swordsmen do counter infantry, so he's gonna be countering these Egyptian spearmen. And Wild is trying to get that dock up, but he needs a few more long swordsman. Yep. But meanwhile, we have the second TC already going down for CG Erie, and this dock is getting denied a lot. This is a lot of time that the dock is getting denied, and this villager is somewhat low HP, but he's going to be able to get the dock up. And no H2 upgrades from the storehouse for Wout yet, and actually same for CG Erie. So both of them slipping a little bit on the upgrades, but they're kind of focusing their resources more on units, so that's okay. And now CG Erie is getting pickaxe upgrade to increase your gathering on gold mines by 12%. So we do have the stock finally up for CG Wout. Still no stone at all. He does have a decent sized force, so he is making some long swordsmen, and he is going to push in. And in Age 2, long swordsmen beat Egyptian axemen pretty hard, pretty heavily. So here we go, we have an engagement, and CG Wout will definitely take this engagement. So Erie forced a retreat, and now we have Wout making some fishing boats from his dock. So fishing boats are really good, they gather very quickly, quicker than villagers, so helps your economy out a lot. And this is actually a really good counterattack by Wout, forcing Erie to pull all of his villagers off this hunt and bury spot. So all these villagers are kind of now idle, they're walking around. 26 villagers to 29. CG Erie, yeah, okay, he has 1 TC idled actually right now, but he does have 2 town centers, so he has that working for him. And CG Wout has his dock up. So this will be interesting. If Wout can force Erie to stay H2 for a while and force him to fight H2, then that's very good, because Egyptians H2 units are actually very weak. They are really cheap, but overall they're just very weak units, so they end up losing in H2 pretty heavily, and that's why Egyptians are very strong in H3. So you usually don't want to stay in H2 for too long when you're playing as the Egyptians. And the Celt has a really strong H2 unit, so it would be very good if Wout can kind of force CG Erie to stay H2 for some time. And here we go, we do have second TC now up for Wout. Just 1 fishing boat, now queuing up a second one. We do have a good amount of axemen here though, 17 axemen for CG Erie. And Wout's military count is down a bit now. He did start focusing on eco a little bit more with that second TC. But these are going to be 17 axemen, and they're going very far across the map. There's not going to be any reinforcements for a long time. Oh, you know what? I think they're going for the stock right now. Yep. They're changing path now. And the thing is, Wout has these barracks right here, so he's going to have reinforcements very quickly. And we already have 8 long swordsmen at home, and 17 axemen are now going for that dock, it seems. And a few long swordsmen scattered around the map here for Wout, doing a little bit of raiding. So we do have a third fishing boat out for Wout, and here we go. He is now attacking the dock. The interesting thing though in this game, fishing boats, a lot of people don't like this, which it's not the best mechanic. I don't know. Fishing boats can repair docks. Oh wow, I did not see Erie actually sneak the dock in. He's making trireme, so these fishing boats are out repairing the dock, but there's a trireme sniping the fishing boats. So, and now the long swordsmen do come and are trying to stop these axemen, but oh wow, and now Wout is going H3, and he has no warships in queue. Okay, he does now queue up a swan ship, and the axemen are running around, but there are enough long swordsmen to stop them here. And Wout is going to lose all of his fishing boats, so that's a nice pickup for CG Erie. Ooh, and we do have some nice raids going on here from Wout. As you can see, there's so much going on in this game, and this is basically just Age of Empires Online. You're constantly doing, especially when there's sea on the map, there's so many things going on. Like, there's so many different fights going on and different raids all going on at the same exact time, so it takes really high APM and just really good multitasking skills. And now CG Erie is going to H3. He's building the Temple of Set to advance to H3. Let's get a villager count here. We have 43 villagers for Wout and 43 for Erie, so they are even. Wout is H3, so... But Wout is down in population by a bit. The Egyptian units are a bit weaker, though. The one thing, so Egyptian Axemen in H2, they're pretty weak units. But in H3, you can research their champion upgrade, and their champion upgrade kind of switches it, and it makes them very, very strong. So I'll hover over their champion upgrade. Axeman Champion costs 400 gold, but it gives them plus 25% health, plus 15% damage, and it grants them area damage. And the area damage alone is insane. So that upgrade is, a lot of people say, is one of the best upgrades in the game for for one single unit. It kind of completely changes the Axeman from being very weak to being like extremely strong. So Wout he really kind of wants to engage before this champion Axeman upgrade gets researched. But as you can see, it's now being researched right now. So yeah, the Axemen, they go from losing to long swordsman to, after getting that upgrade, it kind of flips it completely, and they kind of destroy long swordsman. And we have a third town center coming down for CG Erie. And he did make quite a few triremes, so CG Erie did claim the sea. Does only have one fishing boat, though. And here we go, the champion Axemen find a few long swordsmen, and they're going to wreck those guys very quickly. As you can see, those long swordsmen were dropping very quickly. And it's interesting because it looks like Wout is still making long swordsmen, but okay, he's now throwing it up into archery ranges, and that's what he needs. He needs to start making bowmen because his long swordsmen just won't be able to compete versus champion Axemen. And here we go, very nice raid for Wout. So yeah, Erie did react perfectly right away, so he's actually not going to lose any villagers. Just costed him a little bit of mining time. But CG Wout now has to get out of here. If he gets trapped by these champion Axemen, that is not going to be good. I would have liked to see Erie split them off there. I think he could have done a little better job of trapping them instead of just moving them in one giant group. And we do have another archer range coming down, and we do have bowmen being produced. So CG Wout is doing what he's got to do. He's got to get them bowmen up, but he needs to get bowmen out very quickly. And this attack is going to be very scary for CG Wout. Yeah, Erie with a very scary mass right now. 40 Axemen, going pure Axemen, which is interesting. He's now finally getting a, well, I guess not finally, but he is now getting a fortress up, and I believe he's going to be looking to make some elephants. Oh, and this engagement is going to go very bad for Wout. There is a druid or two in the back, but not versus champion Axemen. 36 champion Axemen, and they're like perfect position. They got like inside the army of CG Wout, so they just like annihilated that army. There are little raids going on here and there. The Axemen are now falling back. Let's get a villager count. 67 villagers to 74 for Erie. So Erie does have the economy and also the population lead. Here's nice, really nice raid from Wout. Coming in and just forcing all these villagers to run. That's 18 villagers that kind of just went idled. But there's already some Axemen here, and this is enough Axemen to clean up these long swordsmen. So yeah, these long swordsmen are going to drop. Do not want to fight champion Axemen. And here we go, big group of champion Axemen moving on in. Let's see how many bowmen there are. We have at 9 bowmen. This count is slowly getting up. We do have a stable. He was looking to build some markets here, so very good job, Erie, knowing where people like to build markets on this map and just being in the right spot at the right time. And we have our first elephant in queue. Elephants and champion Axemen is a deadly combo. So we do have a fair amount of bowmen here. They're going to get some nice shots off. And yep, Erie's going to see this, and he's going to be forced to retreat. But as soon as those elephants come out, they are going to be able to demolish these bowmen very, very quickly. So, ooh, and all of these villagers are going for this gold mine, but they're going to get denied here. And CG WoW is all of a sudden running very low on gold mines. And all these villagers are taking the splash damage also. He loses a few villagers there. And he really does need to get this market up very quickly. And oh, okay, there's a gold mine here. I'm not sure if Watts scouted this. He probably didn't. Maybe, okay, it shows that he did. Oh, okay, he has, and he's now building a gold mine actually on the gold mine. So that's very good. Alright, let's get a villager count. 76 for Wout and 81 for CG Erie. Group of champion axemen just sitting here hanging out. Ooh, and we do have a right that goes off for CG Wout. The right of Damara, if I'm saying that right, reduces training time of all units by 20%. So very good. Yeah, Celts have a very unique thing. Only the Celts have is the only civilization that has rights, and they have a cooldown, and you can use them every so often. And there's 4 different rights, and they each give different effects. So this one gives minus 20% training time for about, what, 15 seconds or so. And here we go, big engagement from CG Erie. Wout is actually in a perfect position, hiding, kind of be in these trees, and not allowing the elephants to get on him at all. Meanwhile, some of the champion axemen are over here, but they are getting cleaned up by CG Wout. Oh, and some of Wout's units do get out of position there, though. Oh, and we do have one augur trying to convert the elephant, but he's... Oh, he does get the convert off. Wow. I was about to say that augur was on the front line, and it looked like he could have got sniped very easily, but he did get the convert off just before getting sniped. And oh boy, the elephants are coming up on this archer ball, though. And they are starting to get low HP, but elephants, every hit they do just does an insane amount. Elephants do splash damage, so you need to kind of spread out your archers. But that converting just that one elephant was actually huge, and we have some 15 HP elephant. And the Egyptian could even go back and heal this elephant if he was really on top of things. He has 2 very low elephants. If he doesn't heal them, then that's actually good for Wout, because these are 2 units that are very low HP and that are kind of just taking up population. So they won't do very good in the next fight if they don't get healed. It'll kind of be a waste of population. Let's get a villager count after all this. 78 villagers for Wout to 88 for Erie. So Erie does have the villager lead, and he's now even gathering gold mines that are technically on Wout's side of the map. So looking kind of rough for Wout right now. And did one Woad Raider charge at this chariot archers, but meanwhile we have a lot of elephants and champion axemen moving into Wout's base here, and all this TC I believe is going to go down. Yeah, Wout's units are a bit out of position here, and he's going to have to try to panic very quickly repair this TC before it goes down. But all of his villagers are actually in town center. Oh boy, no, not. He was not on top of that. He could have repaired that TC and bought some time, but instead the TC does go down. Big engagement here. Perhaps Wout can trap these units here, though. If you can move these bowmen to the side here, you can maybe trap this entire army, and that would be a really nice pickup to kill that army. Ooh, and the Wouts are catching the chariot archers, which is also good for Wout. He needs to keep on moving the bowmen. Don't let these units get through. He's gonna get another good shot off here, and did a decent amount of damage there. He could have moved these units a little bit sooner and got a little bit better of a trap there. And TC is being rebuilt right away. Ooh, oh, there he goes. He sees the villagers on this gold mine, so he's picking up a couple of villagers. Very nice. And we do have some 6 horsemen on the field now, so very good. Mixing in horsemen. Pretty strong overall unit, to be honest, and they have a 3 times multiplier versus the Cav, which is the elephants. And we have 85 villagers to 77, so while all of this is going on, CG Erie does have the eco lead this entire time, so Wout is holding, but he is behind in economy. So here we go. We're gonna have another big engagement here. There are a lot of elephants on the field now. Those 6 elephants and pretty much pure bowmen. So this bowman ball is actually could get destroyed very badly. Need to get the horsemen on the elephants. And the elephants aren't really on the archers quite yet. They're attacking the horsemen, but now everything's dead. Now there's only bowmen, and these elephants are now starting to get on this ball of bowmen, and they're gonna take care of these bowmen pretty quickly. Nope. So Watt's trying to do as much damage as he can here, but these bowmen definitely will all go down. He is trying to remax, but he does pretty much lose his entire army there, so that is a very big hit for GiveUAnxiety. And you can see population, he's down quite a bit in population right now. Just trying to throw up a fortress, get a little bit of map control. And Erie has an opportunity here. He really could have counter pushed there after destroying GiveUAnxiety's entire army. He had a timing there to really push in and probably end the game. But he's giving Watt some time to remax his army. I think Erie could have been a little bit more on top, but Erie just got H4, so I think he realized he had a big lead either way, and he just hit H4, so he's waiting to get all of his H4 upgrades and all that stuff. And here we go. 6 elephants very quickly taking down that gold mine. And GiveUAnxiety's deciding to rebuild that gold mine right away. Interesting building. Another building that's unique to the Celts. It's called a gold mine, and you can build the building. The building is called the gold mine, and you can build the gold mine on top of gold mines. And it allows you to put a maximum of 10 villagers inside the gold mine building, and it garrisons villagers for more efficient gathering of gold and bonus gold conservation. And obviously those can't get attacked, so it's pretty nice actually. I believe you gather gold quicker, and this gold mine has 300 gold, but you get bonus gold conservation, so it'll basically makes the gold mine have more than 3,000 gold in it when you have that gold mine built on the gold mine. It's funny saying that because a building called the same thing as the gold mine, it's a bit of a tongue twister. Alright, so Wout is remaxed, but Erie did build his 4th town center. He's H4, and he's now maxed at 200 population, and he does have 2 catapults, a very strong army, and a lot of elephants. We do have 3 augurs here, so Wout is trying to get his converts off here, but Erie's kind of running his army back, so resetting the converted animation here, or timing. And now a 3rd catapult, so. And Wout pretty much just has archers right here, so looking like Wout is getting finished off here. Very strong army from CG Erie with chariot archers, elephants, and catapults and champion axemen. That is scary. Yep, Wout did get H3 a long time ago, but CG Erie did just get H4 a minute ago or so. And Wout actually does have a good, fairly large bank and a good amount of gold. Wow, Wout's actually going H4 right now. It's gonna be tough for him to going H4 would cost him a lot of resources there. It's gonna be a little bit tough for him to max the units. I don't like that he's making these ramps, to be honest. They're not doing a whole lot. So Wout is trying to remax his army, and he is actually going H4, so he's trying to hold on here. And Erie actually is having a bit of a gold crisis. There's a gold mine right here, I believe. You might not have scouted it. And he actually only has like 4 caravans. He could sell a lot of resources and fix that gold crisis. Ooh, and here we go. World Raiders, very good, doing their charge ability and sniping these catapults, which is very good. Wow, should just got out right away. Okay, he does get 2 catapults. I think he should have. Okay, he's engaging from this corner. He did kill 2 catapults with that group of World Raiders, so that was pretty good. I think he should have maybe just ran back after he killed that initial catapult and just kept them alive and then tried to charge them again later. We do have a wall going up here, which is really nice. Just building a wall to prevent these elephants, make the elephants do a little bit more walking is very good. And Wout is now age 4. He is only at 164 population though, and a decent amount of that is in queue. And he is going to also have to get up his last town center. But if he can hold on here, he can stay in this game a bit longer. And he's now making Carpentums, which are a very strong age 4 Celt unit. Very, very interesting game. Quite a bit of CG Erie's army is kind of left behind here. And nobody has gone for the treasure island yet, especially Erie. He could make a transport ship, and there's 2 gold mines here. I was playing a game on this map the other day, and sometimes it's hard to remember, but right now CG Erie's kind of gold starved. And he could go on this. There's probably like 6,000 gold worth of in gold mines on this on that island. So he could build a transport ship and just send some villagers over to get together from those gold mines, and that would actually be very hugely beneficial. But I think he's forgetting about that. So it can be easy to forget about that though, especially when you don't play a ton of games on this map, and it's something you don't see a whole lot, but it definitely can be good. Looks like Wout is losing some houses here also. And he's losing some units here. He's got to pull back. He's fighting with like a small chunk of his army. Oh, and a stone thrower does go down. Wout really needs to just regroup his army and get max population. Yeah, he lost a pretty large amount of units there actually. He has a lot of resources. Like his caravan route is actually way better than CG Erie's, which is keeping him in this game. Oh, now CG Erie has a pretty good caravan route actually. He did start making a lot of caravans. So we have 89 villagers to 85. But still, if Wout could get max population, he could hang on. But his units are now starting to die one by one as they get created. So that's the main issue right now. He needs to somehow group up his army and then try to engage when he's at 200 population rather than losing units as they get created. But now that Erie is in the base and attacking these production facilities, that's getting difficult to do that. Oh, that elephant almost got converted. Oh, and we have an elephant archer for CG Erie. If we get a convert off here, that would be very nice. Oh no, the auger, he's going down. Do have a little bit of a flank here of these horsemen. I should really focus down on the siege rather than just these axemen. Oh, we might get a convert off here. I think we're gonna see it. Give it. Oh, if you can get it before he dies to the camel. Oh yes, I knew it. Just barely got the convert off before he died to the camel. So that's always very big. Converting an elephant, a very expensive unit. Very nice. Ooh, and he just converts the elephant archer. Wow, very good. So Wout is holding a tiny bit here. He's getting converts off, which is nice. But it's just a little. It's not enough. And now his bank is actually starting to get very low, while CG Erie's bank is just like insane. So that's one thing about the Egyptians. They do have a lot of very expensive units. So if you can, you really need to make priests versus Egyptians. And if you can convert even just like one elephant, it can be, pretty big turn in the battle. So need to make priests versus the Egyptians. And we have a wonder now being built for CG Erie. And there's the GG. Well played by both of them. Pretty close one there, losing a lot of villagers in the end there. And you just could not hold off the aggression. Alright, and we're going to get another game 2 underway in just a minute. Alright, so we're going to have a rematch between CG-Wout and CG-Erie. Alright, this time CG-Wout changes his civilization to the Persia. CG-Erie is going to be playing as the Egyptians once again, and we're going to be playing on Sheltered Pass this game. Alright, so this map is called Sheltered Pass. It has quite a bit of cliffs here, some really narrow chokes in the middle. And CG-Wout is building a storehouse on his starting hunt. It's pretty standard. And wow, okay, so he's actually gathering wood from these starting trees once again, so that he can build a actually versus Persia, which is interesting. So he's gonna be able to get his barracks up sooner. Looks like he's very worried about the Age 1 rush. You think Persia doesn't have quite as strong of an Age 1 rush as Celts, but Persia does still have a fairly strong Age 1 rush because they have a unique unit in Age 1. They don't have a spearman, they have a unit called Sparbara, and it's another infantry unit that's made from the barracks, and it's an extremely tanky unit. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it has a very high pierce armor, so you can kind of sit the Sparbaras underneath TC fire in Age 1, and they don't really die very quickly at all, so you can still do quite a bit of damage with the Sparbara rush. So Erie is building that barracks with 2 villagers and gathering from these starting trees. And every time he does drop off the wood, the villagers do drop off 11 instead of 10 because his Priestess of Ra is empowering town center. And the Priestess of Ra is also making these villagers train a little bit quicker. So now he's building the storehouse on wood. And he found a couple sheep, which is nice. And here we go, first Sparbaras are already coming down. And it looks like Erie's sending his scout to look for them. He runs past the Sparbar by a little bit, but he is catching up to him. And we have some first Egyptian axemen, or spearmen, sorry, is now made. Alright, so here we go. The Sparbar is just one Sparbar attacking the spearmen of Erie. Wout is now retreating a little bit to try to group up, get some more Sparbaras first. Yeah, he's kind of losing this one Sparbar for free here, not very good. And CG Erie already building a storehouse on stone, and it's right next to the berries also, so that's a very nice storehouse. 2-for-1 storehouse. And CG-Wout is actually already gathering stone too, building his storehouse on stone, so looks like he's not going to commit super heavily to this Age 1 rush, either like last game, so interesting. He did decide to do the Age 1 rush, but not committing too heavily to it, and CG Erie holding it off very well once again. But it is forcing Erie to make quite a few spearmen, made 7 spearmen, so it's kind of keeping him in Age 1 a bit longer, and now even an 8th spearman, so that's very nice. Wout should get a second TC up sooner since he didn't commit so much resources into the H1 units. But now it looks like CG Erie might be on a little bit of a counterattack. And we have 5 spar bars only and 7 spearmen. Ooh, Erie could have actually went in here. Oh, yeah, he had an opportunity, but he's actually just fallen back. But the villagers did just finish that hunt, so. Alright, now CG Erie is just now starting to age up to H2. He's building Temple of Ra. And CG Wout is about to be in H2, so. Yeah, he should be getting this TC up quite a bit sooner than Erie. And the group of 9 spearmen are now moving back in. And nope, doing a little bit of scouting, but there are 6 spar bar. And they're gonna start attacking the storehouse, and unluckily CG Wout's actually researching handsaw from that storehouse. But spar bar do actually scare the spearmen away, so he is gonna be able to finish that upgrade. And Wout's actually overgathering wood by quite a bit. Overgathered, or stone, I mean. He overgathered 103 too much stone, so wasn't keeping an eye on it too well there. He was looking at his spar bar, so he's gonna get his TC up a little bit later than he could have since he overgathered so much. Now he needs a tiny bit of wood. Oh, and he does also have idle TC, but he is housed, so he's getting loom, so that his TC isn't idled. And he's now building a second town center, and Erie is about to build his second TC also, I believe. Nope, very forward second town center, so taking some map control with this second TC, and it is a pretty nice location right by berries and gold, so that's very nice. And these spearmen are moving in, forcing the villagers to get off that wood line and cause some idle villager time, but they are starting to take some TC damage, and I believe 2 spearmen do go down there. Alright, so CG Wout's TC is up. CG Erie's TC is a little bit later, but he did get the H2 a lot later, so. And Persia is researching a tent from the storehouse, which is a very unique upgrade. Costs 50 food and 50 wood, and it gives your storehouses the ability to heal nearby units. And Persia is the only civ that has this upgrade in the game, so it's a very cool upgrade and really unique. So now you can see there's they were getting healed, but they're all full HP now, so. There was one that just had like 10 HP off, and he got healed up right away. Alright, so we have a barracks and now a stable and an archer range coming down for CG Wout. And we have a stable going down for Erie, and I believe he's making a second priestess of Ra. So I believe this priestess will go to empower this town center. Alright, both of them are now researching pickaxe at pretty much the same time. And CG Erie is researching Picker's Glove right now. Increases your gather rate for berries, and I believe it conservation. Or no, it's 20% gather rate for berries. Ooh, and he's actually researching Chisel right now, so that is a good sign that he probably is not going to be staying in H2 for too long. Increases your gather rate for stone, and the Egyptians use a lot of stone in H3 because they will have to build their third town center and then also a fortress to make elephants. So that makes it appear, and Erie is now going H3, so doing very fast H3, and it looks like Wout is not doing fast H3. It looks like he's going to be staying H2, so possibly Wout may have timing where he can punish this H3, but if he chooses not to punish it, then he's going to be really far behind, so I think he will have an opportunity to do some damage here, but he's going to have to move quick. And we have 38 villagers for Wild to 37 for Erie. There's a group, little raid here going on. See, the villagers are getting healed by the aid tents. I do think one villager is going to go down there though. The aid tent can only heal one unit at a time. Villagers are trying to punch, and he does lose 2 villagers there. And looks like even a 3rd villager about to go down. So this is actually a very, very good raid for Erie. Just killed 3 villagers, which is very nice. Very good pickup. And yeah, so Wout is holding off on an attack from this angle. And I believe Erie, oh, he's only using 1 villager to build the temple, which is interesting. His age up's gonna be a lot slower, of course, but it's, you know, more efficient rather than having multiple villagers build the temple. So, and he just kind of makes sure that he has enough resources, to spend when he gets H3, rather than getting the H3 and then not having the resources. And now that he does have the resources, he does throw a 2nd villager on the temple to get it up a little bit quicker. And we have another archer range going down for Wild, and some farms even. So he does not look like he's going to be H3 anytime soon, which is looking a little scary because he's actually behind in population, and he's behind in age right now. So 47 villagers to 47. Let's see, first thing Erie does is drop down his 3rd town center. He is housed right now, he's not making any villagers, so it's giving a Wild chance to take the vill lead a little bit. Ooh, big mass camels there. Could have maybe took out those 2 spearmen, but decided to not. And now Wild does have a decent sized army. It's looking like he might want to do a push right now. He is getting a pretty early armor. He's actually getting both pierce damage and melee damage upgrades, so his units are going to be doing a lot of damage. And it looks like he is moving in. And one axeman does go down right there. And there are 5 chariot archers, but they are very expensive units, so if they die and get caught out and kind of die on their own, then that would be a big loss for Erie. And we do have some camels now in the wood line of CG Wout, forcing Wout to kind of run and put his villagers in the TC. Ooh, calling every single villager. So that's a lot of villagers that just got idled. Some spearmen are trying to respond to it. But yep, these camels causing a lot of idle time right there. And gathering rate in this game is very high, so that's pretty significant. Sending like 30 villagers into the town center is really big. And now CG Wout is now going H3, but it's tough because his H3 is just going to be quite a bit later. And he didn't punish CG Erie's fast H3 at all. So not in the best situation right here, but he's definitely not out of it. A couple of camos are now engaging these 2 spearmen. Looks like Wout might be able to get a good trap here. Just get some shots off there, but Erie responded very quickly when he saw that army, and he only lost 1 camel. See if we get a villager count. 59 for Wout and 60 for Erie, so villager counts are staying very close. We do have some Asabars on the field. Ooh, and chariot archers. 10 chariot archers are now running around. And chariot archers are incredibly good raiders, so yeah, this could be tough. And Wout's army is mainly like infantry and archers, so he doesn't have any mobility pretty much at all besides just Asabars, so he's now getting champion Asabars. And it's gonna be scary. These chariot archer raids are gonna be very hard to hold off. Chariot archers and camel raids going on at the same time here. And here we go. 3 villagers are gonna die pretty much instantly here to these chariot archers. So we're now at 59 villagers to 66. The villager difference is now starting to get kind of big. And chariot archers getting some nice shots off on these spearmen even. And can start hitting these villagers on this wood line, and this is where it looks really bad. Wout losing quite a few villagers here. And his food is very, very low, and he only has like 7 people on wood, or on food. He's kind of forced to go on the farms now. So Wout not looking like he's in the best spot. Ooh, and Erie just kind of kiting quite a bit here, and there's a tiny gap to escape. So he's getting away with all of his chariot archers. Ooh, and this villager is just gonna get killed trying to build a storehouse, but he walks into 4 camels. So Erie doing a very good job controlling the map and raiding and kind of just winning in every single way right now. Wild does get his 3rd town center up, but he is definitely food starved. And here we go, these chariot archers are now picking off some more villagers. There are some archers here to push them back. Ooh, and more villagers getting raided. And Walt is very gold starved and he's having trouble with these 4 camels. This very slow and mobile army is very slowly making its way over. Looks like he did lose some chariot archers there to the archers. Oh, archers are catching up to them, but oh, they got a fire. Alright, they do get shot off, leaving this chariot archer with 7 HP. Ooh, trying to throw down these markets. All the villagers are gonna get sniped, I believe. Yep, oh, that's rough. Oh, and here we go. Erie moves in with the bulk of his force. And there's the GG, denying the gold mine, denying markets from going up, while it's just kind of getting denied everywhere. Alright, take a look at the post-game stats. We have current villager population. And they were pretty even pretty much the entire time. Walt did start losing quite a few villagers towards the end there to the camo and chariot archer raids. All resources gathered. Erie gathering about 5,000 more, a little bit more than that. So yeah, Erie did a very fast H3 and Walt kind of failed to punish it at all. And he just tried to follow up with his own H3, but it came much later, so he was kind of behind in every way there. Alright, we're gonna get another game going in just a minute here, so sit tight and I'll be right back. Alright. Ready to get underway with game 3 here. Another game, CG Erie versus CG Wild. And this game is going to be played on Coastal, which is a very fun and entertaining map to watch. As you can see, very large sea map, very large lake right here, and sea is very important on this map. So this plays quite a bit different, you know, from all the other maps and more standard maps. And this is a Persian mirror, so this will be very interesting to see, very fun. Always a lot of fun to observe games on Coastal. Once again, this is Age of Empires Online. This game is free to play, so give it a try. I'm going to post the link very quickly in the chat. So click on that link to download this game for free. It's a very fun game. And we have a $500 tournament that is beginning the 14th of August. And you can sign up for free to play on it, play in the tournament. And signups close August 13th. So make sure you sign up on time. We won't take any late signups. And you sign up at ESO-Community.net. Yep, go over there, sign up for a tournament. Alright, so Erie is building his storehouse here on this hunt, and he is gathering from these two trees that are really close to the storehouse, and he's now already building his dock, which is interesting. While playing a little bit different, more standard, building a storehouse on hunt, and then the storehouse straight to the wood line. So this is interesting. Once these two trees, you know, once these two trees are chopped, Erie's gonna have to go to his wood line. And it's going to cause his villagers some walking time, especially if this is the chunky wood line in the back. So if he's going to go to that wood line, they're going to have to walk really far. Or he could choose to go to this wood line, but then he would chop through this one fairly quickly, and it would be rough in the mid-game once he starts chopping through this wood line. So CG Wild already advancing to age 2, and he's building his dock after aging. And Erie's building his dock before aging, so it's making CG Erie's age up time a lot slower, and he's got to fix this wood line. Oh, and he doesn't even have enough wood right now. He decided to age up before building his wood storehouse. So yeah, Erie's, I'm not sure if I like Erie's strategy really. His age 2 is gonna be really late, and he's getting his wood storehouse up really late because he decided to build his dock before aging, but he didn't produce anything from his dock, so it was kind of a waste. And while getting his dock built basically right when he hits H2, and he's getting H2 quite a bit sooner than Erie, so already has his first galley in queue, and his first galley is gonna be made well, much quicker than Erie's, almost before Erie even gets to H2. And Erie's also on this smaller wood line, like I said, so in the mid game, once he starts chopping through this, it's gonna be a lot rougher to replace storehouses because Watt's on this really huge chunky wood line. So we have the first galley already out, and Erie is now just queuing up his first. So the galley does arrive here. It's not like there's any fishing boats to attack, so there's not a whole lot for it to do. Erie did pull back his villager that built the dock, so there's no villager snipe, and there we go. Now the galley gets made. Ooh, and Watt's actually trying to attack the Explorer there, get some free shots on the Explorer. But yeah, so right now it's 1-on-1, but they each have a fishing boat in queue, and Watt's gonna get his second galley made before Erie gets his second. So Watt has the advantage right now, but he doesn't know. If he moved in right now, he would have he could have had an opportunity there to fight a 2 versus 1, but now it's a 2v2. And Erie's still no storehouse on gold mine, so he's gonna have to give that up. And alright, here we go, 2-on-2, and Erie's doesn't have a galley in queue, and Wild does have his third in queue, so Wild's build is honestly just a lot better. Okay, Erie going for a second dock already. He can't even afford to make a galley from his first dock, so very early timing, but probably too soon to be honest. And he actually gets his villager sniped, which is very significant. And okay, we do have the third galley out, and the third galley's searching for that dock. And even a second dock going down for Wout now. And we do have a 3 versus 2. So in this game, it's very interesting. All the warships, you can dodge every attack. If you micro correctly, you can dodge every arrow. So there's a ton of micro that goes into into the sea play. So there's so much to do. You have to build storehouses. You have to keep making your houses, manage your eco, and do this insane micro. So you can see Eerie running his galley around like crazy, trying to dodge these attacks. But he's taking quite a bit of damage here. And this Wout's one galley is at 16 HP, so he should retreat with that one. And here we go, Eerie doing a really good job. Retreated with a galley that had 100 HP, and he's using a villager to repair it from the coastline right here. Very nice. But he's still down. Oh, and Wout's keeping his 16 HP galley. Oh, and it goes down. Wout could have very easily retreated with that galley and got it repaired full HP. So he slipped up a little bit there. And now it's a 3-on-3. And this other galley is very low HP. Dodges some shots right there, stays alive, and a 4th galley does get made. But there you go, that galley does go down. So back to 3-on-3 here. I think Wout could move in though. He has the HP advantage right here. Eerie's galley is pretty low, and actually has numbers right now. Oh, 4-4. Yeah, that was really bad by Wout. He really should have repaired that galley. I think honestly kind of happened twice. He had 2 really low galleys and he failed to send it back home to get repaired. Eerie didn't repair that 1 galley from pretty much very, very low HP. Got it back up to full HP. But now Wout is having numbers here, 5-3. We're about to have another one made, 5-4 right now. So they're both microing like crazy, trying to keep their ships alive. And no villagers near the coast. Okay, villager is coming now for Eerie to try to repair some of these galleys. But oh, he does get sniped by CG Wout's galley. So very good job of Wout sniping that villager. Eerie's villager didn't take the best route there. And wow, Eerie still doesn't have a storehouse on gold. And he only has 2 villagers on gold. So honestly, Wout's build was just much better. Was a lot better this game. So Eerie won first 2 games, but is struggling on sea here. And he is now getting this galley repaired by this villager on the coastline, so that's good. But he is behind in ships by quite a bit. However, Wout's not really repairing any of his ships. There's this one really low, and now a second one really low. But he does has the numbers right now, so it's gonna be tough for Eerie to hang on here. Once the numbers start, getting really out of hand like they are now, it becomes very difficult to come back. And it's one ship very low. And yeah, so Wout wins very heavily there, and we now have 7 ships to only 1. So let's see how are these guys responding. Are they and just houses and a storehouse. So Wout pretty much giving up on sea. He's building a storehouse on his stone line. So he's gonna try to make his second TC. Ooh, and he just sniped that one. Oh, he's gonna snipe a second one that's super low HP. Oh, maybe not. He does snipe the second one, so Wout's doing a poor job of repairing his ships throughout this entire game, but he kind of just had the better build down. And now Wout's even gathering stone, so they're both going for a TC, and Wout's already making a stable, so he's gonna be ready for any early aggression. And Wout is just really far ahead right now. And now Wout's queuing up 3 docks, and now he's making fishing boats, so his economy is gonna be insane. And he's already working on getting military up, so Wout has a really large advantage right now. But Eerie is a very good player, so do not count him out quite yet. And there we go, that second TC is coming down for CG Eerie. Second TC is about to go down for Wout right here, it looks like. Needs a little bit more wood. And there he goes, now he has enough wood. So there's that town center. Stable is already made for Wild, so he's gonna be able to start making some massive bars. And these galleys are very slowly killing these docks. And a lot of fishing boats already. And 6 fishing boats gathering very quickly from this fish. So, chopping off 30 food every time. And he did not upgrade them yet, so he should get that net lures upgrade soon. And it's 42 villagers for Wild 2, 37 for Erie, and these villagers gather a lot quicker than normal villagers, so Wild's economy is ahead by a lot. And you can look at the population, 74 population to 43. So after losing C, that was very rough. Erie is very far behind right now, but it's a very large map, so it's possible, definitely is possible to come back. Ooh, and Wild can actually attack this house from the coast, so that's a little annoying. He's just gonna lose 50 wood and lose a house right there. Can make. Oh, I think is he able to attack this house too? Even. Yeah, that's rough. Erie not picking the best places to build houses. And we do have a few S bars already. 2 S bars raiding for Wild, and Wild's going H3 now. And Erie's not going H3 himself. But his no villagers being produced, while Wild is producing lots of villagers in queue. Ooh, and he's even raiding another house here, so Erie taking a lot of hits right now. We do have a few S-bar raiding CG Wattswood villagers though, so that's nice. And we do have an S-bar responding to the raid. Ooh, and just more houses going down for Erie, so just forced to gather more wood and forced to replace these. And he's actually 60 population and out of 55 right now, so needs to build some houses to even make units. And now now Wild is already H3 and he's making mounted archers, so. Erie is H3 himself. He does have the resources for a 3rd town center. Ooh, and we have early walls going down for Wild. I actually really like this. It's kind of trapping Erie and not allowing him to get markets set up later in the game. So keeping that map control, or claiming some map control. Very good. You know, and we have Wild's 3rd town center going down right now, and also Erie's 3rd TC going down. So we got 66 villagers to 49. Jesus, how many? Oh my, woo! And no more docks going down. Wow, look at this. 14 fishing boats. It might be the most I've ever seen in one game, but this is very good. This is what you should do when you win sea and coastal. Just throw down a bunch of docks and just make a ridiculous bunch of fishing boats. Gather very quickly, so his food income is just insane right now, and he's ahead in economy by a lot, and I think even ahead in military. So Erie's gonna have to do a lot to try to come back in this game. And Erie's TC did get up here, but there are some units here. It might have lost some villagers there. And we do have a group of 6S bars incoming for Erie. Gonna find Wild's gold villagers, and he's gonna get some nice raids off here. Picking off a couple villagers, but there are already some mounted archers being produced, and mounted archers do counter S bars. But we might be able to focus these mounted archers down before you know, too many get made. Ooh, we do have a big force of units coming in for Wild right now, though. And this could be hard. This could be difficult for Erie to defend. There's quite a large, massive cav here. And yep, this is gonna be a tough one here. while trying to finish him off here and get Erie to resign here. Was good engagement, did kill some villagers and forced a lot of villagers in the town center, so he is now retreating. A lot of raids and fight and yeah, just fights going on everywhere on the map. Ooh, and now some forward barracks is going down, which is interesting. Let's get a villager count, 77 villagers to 62. So Erie is very far behind. The one thing is once these fish start running out, you know, it will kind of be slow down Wild's economy a lot, because a lot of his economy is in fishing boats, and these fishing spots will run out, but they not for a while really, and he's just floating tons of food, so it will eventually happen, but not for a while. So Erie's gonna have to hang on and somehow survive for quite a long time here. 79 villagers to 68. Looks like Erie is getting some nice little raid or engagement here. Actually cancel that. Erie has a lot of villagers here, and he's running away with his army. So, ooh, very good job running with these villagers. Hopefully not getting them spotted. Oh, they might be running into this wall. Oh boy. And I think they're running into the line of sight. Oh, wow. That wall line of sight barely missed getting spotted there. And even a scout from Wild comes and barely misses them. Very lucky by Erie, and he's just... oh boy, he's going back. That's not good. Okay, now he's spotted. He got a little greedy, and now he's spotted. He saw a gold mine and decided, hey, let me go for this gold mine. But all of a sudden, he gets spotted by the one Aston Bar scout. Oh boy. And now we have a big group of units coming for these villagers. The villagers are in no man's land, and they are not getting attacked. Erie responding with his units, but they're a little bit too slow to respond, and Erie losing all of these villagers, and what he needs economy, so very rough right there. And just take a look at Watts Bank, it's just insane at this point. And it looks like he's trying to go H4 here in a bit. Yep, there he goes. $85 villagers to 62 for Erie. So Erie's very far behind, but he's trying to scramble. He built the market and base just to buy and sell resources. Is running low on gold mines. This is his last gold mine. It is full gold mine, but oh, actually there's a gold mine over here. Okay, so he actually has a lot of gold in his base still, but he's just behind in economy in like every way. Some more walls coming down for Wout, trying to just close Erie in this tiny little box. There's a lot of population. He has 5 galleys still, so that's taking up quite a bit of... Okay, yep, and there he goes. He starts deleting them. So I was about to say they're taking up quite a lot of population. Each galley is 3 population, but he did just delete 2 of them. So that cleans that up a bit. And here we go, big engagement. Wow, just got H4. This is probably a good time for Erie to fight, and he has a Mount Archer lead, so this engagement could go very well for Erie. He needs to fight. What was this? 18 Mount Archers to 32, and yeah, this fight is gonna go very well for Erie actually. There's just a few like spearmen, but if you can really out micro the spearmen, to be honest, just fall back, and while actually making Spar Bar, which, well, I mean, they will take a lot of shots from mounted archers, but they're not going to kill them. Unless if he mixes in some, he's the H4, so he can mix in, what's the H4 siege called? Whatever they're called. And we do actually have some Mongolio galleys being produced from the dock, which is very interesting. You very rarely see these made, so this is pretty cool. H4 warship. And these mountain archers trying to take down this upgraded wall. They are doing it pretty slowly. They do pierce damage, but they are eventually taking down that wall. So they are actually getting on through. And Erie is making the right units in the right composition, so he's gonna be winning all these engagements. Well, for now at least. Where are these catapults at? Oh, and the TC is in range of them. So this TC is just going to very quickly go down. Very nice by Wild. Now let's get a villager count after all this. 84 for Wild and 72 for Erie. Erie catching up a little bit. Fishing spots are starting to run pretty thin though, like I was saying. So, I mean, there are still a fair amount over here on this side, but the fishing boats are not going to have to walk a lot further to drop off the fish. So that's going to slow down the gathering. And Erie is finding a lot of villagers on gold right here, so very nice raid pick up. Ooh, and some more villagers here. So Erie's doing the right things to come back here. And Wild's still queuing up Sparbar, which, yeah, they'll take a lot of shots, but they're not going to kill these mountain archers, really. So I'm not sure if he's going for siege or what army composition he's going to be looking to go. And look at this, Erie taking out a lot of villagers. Let's get a vill count, 76 for Wild to 74 for Erie. So Erie's very sneakily coming back, but he is no, still got quite a bit of gold. Well, he's got about 1,000 gold left, which isn't a whole lot. So he is once that gold mine runs out, then it's gonna become very tough. He will be able to sell resources for 4-bit, but he's not gonna be able to do that forever. So he's gonna have to claim another gold mine. But if he can maybe win an engagement over here, and then he could claim both of these gold mines, which would put him in a good position. So what is Wild's army looking like at this point? Really a lot of infantry units. Okay, he has a fair amount of mounted archers, but he's making a lot of Sparbars, which I really don't like. Ooh, and he hasn't gotten the upgrade yet, actually. And here we go, Erie taking this engagement, 19 mounted archers to 29. So Erie's just gonna win this engagement. Ooh, some more mounted archers do join for a while. Ooh, and Erie's gonna find more villagers to raid. Ooh, a lot more villagers here also. So Erie doing what he has to do to come back. All but his mounted archers are actually trapped here. 20 to 23 with some infantry units. So now Erie is gonna actually lose this engagement, and he's kind of trapped in a corner here. Ooh, he does have a lot of mounted archers over here. He's gonna have to try to take down this wall, but it's gonna be very slow. He's trying to go all the way in the corner so that these ones can engage over the wall, which they, for the most part, are doing. Which is a very good job from Erie. There we go. Now Wild backs off. Wow, Wild's bank is insane. You could be dropping down tons and tons of production facilities, and you could just have rams, so many rams in the base of Erie right now. So there's a lot he could be doing, but he is making a lot of Sparbars, and now he's sending Sparbars kind of in the base. Could even just start making a bunch of production facilities here and just everywhere in Erie's base, which is what I would recommend. But he is still holding strong. He has an insane amount of resources. Now Erie is getting starved out. This is what I was saying. He just finished his gold mines. So he needs to sell a ton of resources just to get some gold, and he needs to get map control very soon. Okay, now he's starting to sell some resources, so now he can finally make some units again. He needs to get max pop, but ooh, and the Mongolian galleys are firing away. Oh, and Erie's losing more vills. Not good. And meanwhile, Wild's just stealing every gold mine there is. Dropping a lot of archery range, Erie. Looking like he's going to try to switch attack Abara, but I honestly don't really recommend that. He does have a good amount of cav here now. He's going to have to take some map control and control some gold mines. Dropping a lot of archery ranges. I really don't like that. That's a lot of wood right there just to spend. You could probably be better off just selling that wood so you get some gold. And Wild trying to finish this game. And Erie's struggling to hold here. Wild about max population, almost at 200, and Erie at 163 here. And I think just every second that goes by, Watts is getting a larger and larger bank. He's up in economy, so game is in Watts' favor in every way right here. Almost all the fishing spots are getting fished out. This is ridiculous. You don't see many games on Coastal where every fishing spot gets fished out. It's getting pretty close to that point. Ooh, Erie now somehow going H4, but that's causing him not to make any units, which I don't know. He really needs military right now and economy. The H4, I'm not even really. Yeah, he might get war wagons from going H4, I guess, but he just doesn't have the resources to train any units right now. So yeah, he really kind of needs to get instant map control and. Staying at 200 population compared to Erie's only like 140 or so. So, will Erie's age up even finish? There's some of the infantry is now attacking this TC. And yeah, Erie just out of resources. So this one looks like it's coming to an end. I think the age up will finish for Erie, but he doesn't really have any army or any resources, so. And there's a GG right before he gets H4. Alright, we're going to see if these guys are up for one more game. I should maybe looked at post-game stats, oh well. This game is actually free. Let me post the link where you can download this game for free. Alright, just posted a link, the Discord link in the chat. Go ahead and click on the link to download and play for free. Alright, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask in the chat. I think we may do one last game. Or maybe another one after that, who knows. Oop. And there's also a tournament that's starting August 14th. $500 prize pool. Sign up for free. Go to ESO-Community.net to sign up and play for free. Alright, and sign-ups do close August 13th, so if you want to play in the tournament, hurry up and sign up for the deadline. Alright, so these guys are playing another one. CG Erie switching to Celts this game, and CG Watts staying as Persia. and they're gonna be playing on Mountain Crossing this game. Another very interesting map. Probably one of my favorites. Alright, so Wout is, or no, this is Erie, deciding to build a storehouse on Hunt. Very interesting map. Both players have a pond behind their TC, and there's 4,000 fish, 4,000 food and fish in this pond. So, and okay, so Erie is afraid of the Spar Bar rush, I believe. So Wout is interesting because a lot of times people open up with a dock on this map. But Wout instead is gonna open with barracks because Spar Bar rush is very strong, especially on this map. If you open with a dock, you put yourself in danger to Spar Bar rush. So Erie is actually building a storehouse on Hunt, and he's gathering from these trees that's right next to the Hunt storehouse, and he's now building his own barracks. So. So they'll be able to defend this rush pretty well, it looks like. And Wout does scout this. He sees there's no dock. And Erie doing the same exact thing, scouting and seeing no dock. We do have Spar Bar in queue. Will be interesting to see if Wout decides to make a lot of Spar Bar or cancel it and just make a dock. He's queuing up. Oh, and wow. Okay, very interesting. It looks like Wout is going to be the one playing defensive. He's making Spar Bar and he's researching A10. So looks like he's the one that's worried about the rush, which is interesting. Okay, and now Erie is building a dock, so this is actually really good for Erie. While it's spending all of his resources on defending the rush, and Erie's instead just booming. So this is actually already going good for Erie. There's three spearmen coming, but Wild did train 5 Spar Bar and research A10, so his dock is going to be much later. Yeah, I think this is going to have to be my last game because my voice is starting to die a little bit actually. Alright, and we do now have this dock going down for Wild. But it is very late. Well, not very late, but it's later than Erie's. And we also have a storehouse going down on the same wood line. And there's this pond in the middle that it sometimes spawns on the bottom and sometimes spawns up on top on this map. And this time it decided to spawn on the bottom. Alright, and now Erie's building a storehouse on stone, so he's also maybe going for that early second TC. Erie is now advancing to age 2, and he's still training fishing boats. So Wout is now doing his counterattack. He just made these Spar Bars to defend initially, but now he's maybe seeing that there's not any spearmen, so maybe he has the opportunity to do counter push. And he is finding 3 spearmen, so. But Erie just hit H2, so he's gonna be able to respond by making long swordsman right away and kind of canceling this Spar Bar rush. And Wout actually just backs up. And we have Storehouse going down for Wout on the stone mine, so he's going to be going for his early second TC. Little engagement here. Ooh, I think the spar bars are focusing down a villager, which is nice. Yep, looks like, or was that a long swordsman? So there are more spar bars, but there are also long swordsmen in the fight, and long swordsmen counter the spar bar. But there's so many spar bars that they're actually kind of winning the fight and forcing CG Eerie back up. Oh, it looks like Watt's trying to get his villager here to build a dock, but oh, and they're both going to build a dock. Watt, I don't know if he scouted this part. He could build this dock here, but it looks like, oh my God, he just clicked and the villager's stuck in the woods. Oh, he thought he might have been able to get through here. Oh, that's rough. He needs a scout. Oh, don't tell me the villager's stuck. That would be horrible. Okay, now he gets out. Okay, now he's. Oh, it's just funny. So both villagers, both people are being build dock on this pond, and at just about the same time, Wout scouts that Eerie is building the dock. Oh, but that was bad. What is Wout doing? Why is he deleting it? Yeah, I think he doesn't know what to do. He could have snuck that dock, because at that point Eerie did not scout it, but he deleted his dock twice. And now I think he's just canceling it. Oh my God, now he's trying to build a sneaky dock over here. But the scout was following him the entire time. So that did not go very well for Wild there. And Eerie, oh, he's queuing up a fishing boat first. He's seeing that he has time before this dock gets made. Already making quite a few military buildings, so he's not going to be spending his resources as much here. Ooh, we already have some units incoming for Eerie. And the dock does get built. This villager looks like he might go down. And the dock is already getting attacked. We do have a galley in queue, but there is also a swan ship in queue. So this is actually very bad for Wout. And already a swan ship out before this galley barely gets made. It actually would have been good if the galley didn't get made. Would have saved Watt some resources, but he is actually killing these. He should just focus the infantry really, because yeah, pick off some units there. Yeah, it's actually pretty nice. He did kill some units, but lost that. Lost his galley and his dock. So now Eerie has has his sea claimed. And now Eerie's gonna be able to make fishing boats on this pond over here. And both of them are now making military buildings on land and transitioning into getting a military force up. Eerie looking like he's going to try to push in now, but Watt does have a good-sized army. And we have a big engagement here in the middle of the map. Eerie is retreating with his force. Nice, snipes a couple long swordsmen running away there. Yeah, but Erie getting a 4th fishing boat now, training 4th fishing boat on his lake, so very nice. It's gonna be very big boost to his economy there. $51 villagers to 49, and now CGWAO is actually going H3. Ooh, and Erie really should upgrade net lures. He has, what, 7 fishing boats. Looks like he might have forgot that upgrade. And, oh, we have a big force here from Erie. He pushes in now. This could be scary for Wild. Oh, and all the longbows are in the back. If those slingers can get any... Oh, uh-oh, that's not good. And there you go. A whole lot of the longbows went down. The bowmen were out of position there. And this is looking very bad for Wild. Yeah, very, very rough engagement for Wild right there. Lost a very large chunk of his army just as he hit H3. And now Erie's even going H3 himself. And he's ahead in economy and ahead in military right now. So this is starting to look pretty scary for Wild. He is throwing down some immortal camps, which are very good. Allows you to make immortals, which are a very strong unit. But he's pretty far behind right now in the military and in population. And this is a very scary push from Erie. And I'm not sure if Watson will be able to hold this. Very good timing push from Erie. His army is mostly slingers, so they do pierce damage. So these buildings are going to go down very slowly if he tries to take the buildings down. So that does allow Wild some time to train units, but still, units can also get killed just as soon as they're made. So Wild's struggling to get an army here, and now he's even gold starved a bit. Does have villagers on gold, but his gold is very low. Uh-oh, we got one druid going down. TC, nice snipe. Ooh, second druid does go down. TC, MVP right there. But yeah, Wild is very far behind population and military here. Trying to hang on. Ooh, now he's going in to engage, but he really doesn't have enough units now. He needs to fall back. And now Erie already training horsemen, which is nice. It's really strong overall unit. So I think it's a good combination, good unit to add to your army. Ooh, all of a sudden Wild does have a lot of gold now. He threw a bunch of villagers on gold, so that fixed that issue there. But now his wood and food is very low. And he's behind population by quite a bit here. He is stabilizing a little bit. 66 villagers to 70 for Erie. So Wild is behind in every way once again here. He's behind in villagers and behind in military. And here we go now. Erie, big engagement, finds his TC that's kind of isolated and by itself. And this will be pretty big to take this TC down. Watt's gonna have to respond somehow. He's starting using his villagers to repair to slow this down, and trying to get his army in place to prevent this TC from dying. But his military is really small compared to Erie's, so this is gonna be a tough one. While trying to hold on, you really can't lose that TC. And there are a lot of druids here doing a lot of healing and boosting damage. And yeah, Watt's army is just dropping very quickly. And now Erie moving in on the wood line, and all these villagers are exposed. So while trying to hold on, survive, but not looking good for him right now. Forced to move all of his villagers, and TC's very getting at half HP. And we have that's actually very strange. Rams being produced, which I wonder if he might be making the ram just to tank damage, which is interesting. And I mean, it could be good in a sense, I guess, because this army is mainly just slingers and archers, so they're doing pierce damage, which is gonna do very little to this ram. And the ram has 440 HP, so I mean, I guess they can't tank a lot of shots. But there's just not an army here for a while, so that's very interesting, making rams though to just a tank. But there's the GG. Alright, so Erie takes another one. Very good games here, and I'm gonna close the stream with that. I think we had 4 or 5 games, so I think that was a pretty decent amount of games. I do kind of have to get going here, so I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you have any last second questions, go ahead. Quick post game stats, villager count, all resources gathered. Erie was up by about 5,000. But yep, that's going to be it for this. Like I said, there's a tournament starting August 14th. Make sure to sign up before August 13th if you want to play in it. There's a $500 prize pool. Sign up at ESO-Community.net, and this game is free to play. So that's going to be it. Thanks for watching, guys.